Breakfast is often labelled the most important meal of the day, but new research suggests it might not be.
It's confusing, isn't it? So if you want to get your spring health kick underway and you don't know where to start, our health expert Amelia Burton will sort out fact from fiction. Let's start with this new study that skipping breakfast isn't bad for you, right? It's my favourite meal.
I know. Look, we've always been told that if you skip breakfast, it's going to slow your metabolism down, you're going to gain weight. But some new research out of the University of Bath actually shows that people who were skipping breakfast compared to people who had breakfast, there was no change in their metabolism over a 6-week period. In fact, the people who skipped breakfast consumed less calories over the day. But what they did find is overall the people who had breakfast were healthier and they were a lot more active. So the message is not that skipping breakfast is okay, but that if you are going to try to be healthier, you want to have breakfast, but you also want to be active as well.
Kim Kardashian says the secret to her killer bod is cutting out carbs.
Yep.
Is that really a safe way to sort of get into shape?
No, and you've got to remember that not all carbs are created equal, and carbs are not the enemy. So I think what she would be talking about is your high glycemic index carbohydrate. So that's your lollies, your white pasta, your white bread, that kind of thing. Now, it's okay to cut those carbs out, but remember that carbohydrates include fruits, vegetables, and also your low glycemic index carbs. So you don't have to skip pasta altogether. Just swap it from the white pasta to the wholemeal pasta.
One of the biggest trends at the moment is this paleo. The
Yes.
paleo, caveman
everywhere.
diet.
Yes.
That's a high in protein, but you think
Yes.
that's not so good.
Yes, well, any diet that cuts out whole food groups and that creates an imbalance in your macronutrients, you've got to be a little bit wary of. So these paleo often promote, you know, no dairy, for example, very, very high protein and high animal protein as well, which is not great for you. So just, it's okay to have an increased bit of protein in your diet as long as you're getting it from, you know, non-animal products as well, such as your legumes, for example, nuts.
What about going gluten-free? That's a bit of a trend, isn't it? Does it really stop that sort of uncomfortable bloating?
Yeah, well, it's funny because for a lot of people, they aren't actually gluten intolerant. So the reason why they feel a bit better is because by going gluten-free, they've actually cleaned their diet up a little bit. Instead of eating, you know, your pasta or something like that, you're actually having more fruits and vegetables. So that's usually why people feel a little bit better. If you feel that you might be gluten intolerant, you're best to go to the doctor and actually get properly tested first.
What about fat?
I know.
Good old-fashioned fat. Wipe it on a piece of bread and eat it.
Dripping.
Just drippings. Remember drippings when the nanny did drippings? We've been told it will make us, you know, pack on the pounds. But is there any way we can have our fat or cake and eat it too?
Yes, well, as long as it's the healthy fat, so we're not talking about the saturated fats, the animal fats that are hard at room temperature. They're the fats you want to keep down and avoid, but it's things like...
Oh, I'll keep them down, all right.
your mono and polyunsaturated fats from avocados, you know, they're the healthy fats, the oils. But remember that a little bit goes a long way. So while it's fine to have those fats in your diet, know, for example, 3 tablespoons of olive oil is the equivalent of a main meal in calories. So if you are going to have fat, that's absolutely fine, but just 1 tablespoon of olive oil in your salad, David. Don't go slurping it all over like I know you like to.
Wow, well that is a revelation.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to stop drinking olive oil at night now. Those olive oil shots I'm doing are out the window. Thanks, Amelia.
Thank you.
Thank you.